We're going to go over some fun facts today. So apparently this guy named Ryan Wedding, who was an Olympic snowboarder, who apparently, and they say like they're always watching. Did they just forget to watch this guy that traveled all the time? Definitely lived larger than life personality and everything else. Nobody from the tax department in Canada was watching Ryan Wedding buy $20 million cars. You know what I mean? How is it there's so many people drop the ball in Canada? Unless those people were also profiting off of what Ryan Wedding was doing. Not just Canada, Mexico, America for sure would have been allowing the entirety of all of it till now. And you got to ask yourself, how come all those other people and all those other agencies quit or left? And then all of a sudden now, Ryan Wedding is being compared to bigger than Pablo Escobar. I mean, you guys are awake, right? Like, you guys pay attention? Do you guys use your brain? Because I wonder if you're being taken for a fool. Right? So just ask yourselves a few of those questions that I just asked. And then you try and figure out who else might be working with the cartel to allow all of this to transpire since 2006? Something like that. Some stupid long time number. 2008 or something. This has been going on for apparently. I wonder what kind of companies or organizations might be in on something like this, right? You have to think about this. Who would be watching? Who is supposed to watch Canadians if they're doing bad things? And then you got to ask yourself, who allows? Like, how does a group infiltrate a bad group in the first place, right? What do they got to do? Do they got to get a man on the inside? What is the man on the inside that they pay on their payroll? What's he got to do to get in on the inside into a cartel? You know what I mean? What kind of weird stuff do you have to cross the line and prove yourself that you ain't oink oink, right? I wonder what kind of stuff these people have done and look the other way in order to prove that to these other, apparently to Sinaloa cartel, that they're not piggies, right? So when you ask these questions, it gets fucking really scary really fast. Really scary really fast, right? So I'm scared for you guys because I wonder how many of you soft-bellied weasels out there, are gonna be next. You know what I mean? But there's no way that all the bacon bits in Canada didn't know this was going on. It's impossible. Because stuff gets flagged. stuff gets flagged. But the thing is, just like the DEA officer in New York, Bongiano, he just got charged for, he just went to jail. He also took mafia bribes of up to $250,000. And they didn't even charge him for that. They didn't even the courts in the States are not doing a good job of actually holding up the law. It looks like a lot of people in the States feel they're above the law. The same as in Canada. Like, I'll say it again. There is no way that Ryan Wedding is a kingpin of any kind. I have no clue who he is. I've never seen him before. I don't even live in the same. I don't even know where he's from. I just know he doesn't live near me, and I've never seen him before. But this is the point of this conversation, is that guy can't be a kingpin. There's no way. He'd be far too stupid. That guy would be far too stupid. There's no way an Olympic snowboarder turned out to be a kingpin in the world of cartel. It's impossible, because he would have got tracked and he would have got flagged by Canada, because he didn't have an income that would match his lifestyle. So when they didn't flag him, whoever is in charge of flagging for all those years, we need to talk to them right away. And then all the people that have been flagged in Canada for like $1,000, $2,000, we want to know why you're getting flagged, but Ryan Wedding didn't for 20 years. For 20 years. It's not like one person missed Ryan Wedding. All of them, the entire departments that ever ran, all missed Ryan Wedding. So, again, I ask you, who is profiting off of Ryan Wedding, right? And it's hard to keep track because there was no paper trail. This is what people don't understand. The reason why this is so lucrative for these people in these entities is because there's no receipts. There would be, but the only people with access to the receipts would be the cartel. And I guess maybe whoever was in charge of all the everything, that's an insane amount to think about. It would have to be an entire group of people, because once it got to the other side, how are you going to know, right? How are you going to know all the different things of, it cost this much, or was this, and these problems occurred? There's like groups of people that would have to oversee. It's just so much. So the amount of people that knew this was going on in 3 countries is huge. Now you're telling me none of those phone calls are going to be available, or no one had a cell phone that was even a registered cell phone? Well, here's what you guys don't know. All cell phones are recorded, and there is no such thing as a burner phone. Only a complete mummy would believe that there's such thing as a burner phone. The country you live in, the towers piggyback off of a cell tower that has to go to a phone number. That phone number connects to a voice. That voice it uses an app called voice recognition, which pinpoints not only your location, time of day, it's a timestamp, but the person who is making the call to the person on the other end of the line, they timestamp who you called. So all of this stuff is BS that they're saying right now. All of it is BS. And to the people that print this stuff, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves that you print this garbage, nonsense. Anybody with an IQ over 4 would understand that there has to be people on both sides at the top in on this in order for this to float for even a year. This floated for years, decades. So it ain't no one person named Ryan Wedding that is a bigger than Pablo Escobar. That's fucking hilarious. Hilarious. They knew about that guy since day one. They obviously created that guy. Like, what better way to have a Black Ops fund than to use this situation, right? and you would have billions and billions and billions of dollars of tax-free money to do with at your disposal as you wanted.